Shalom. Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. Shalom. This is a wonderful Sabbath day. And this is the day that we're supposed to be learning. And what I do is try to get my people mindset and ready for things to come, which the Bible already predicted. But first, I have to get your mind off of him. Said to Brazil, get your mind on him. If you did a depiction, either like you know how you go to be a witness and they ask you to describe a person, well, this is what the Bible would describe him as. It does not describe him as this. He described him as that. If you go read Revelation 1:14 and Daniel 10 and 6. Daniel 10 and 6 describes the Most High, the Ancient of Days. And Revelation describes Jesus, and they all look the same. Because as you see the Father, you see the Son. Look like twins. So you have to get your mind focused on what you need to do. First, the day's drink is orange juice. Like I tell you, orange juice. And I found out that the best orange juice is the Stoke brand. Because what's the difference? They come from the same orange, right? So the Stoke brand seems to me that it tastes better. It's cheaper. And it does the same thing. Same effect. A lot of vitamin C, which you need. Now, I want to get to something. First, I got to get your mind right. So I'm gonna read a couple of scriptures to get your mind right. Then I'm gonna go to what I was talking about, what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about, the name of the day's scripture gonna be like, what if they have on Disney Plus? I love the old school cartoons, the Marvels and all that kind of stuff. So I got that. So I like the Batman, and that's what I do. That's what I like. That's what I grew up on. That's the most cleanest cartoon that you can see right now. Because the other stuff I don't understand. I don't know what it is. But anyway, this is what we must do. We must learn and be willing to be taught. Because sometimes we be in a state that we don't want to come out of because you're comfortable. And once you get comfortable and refuse to advance, you get people on jobs stay in that same position for 30 years because they're comfortable. They don't want to move. Nobody want to learn because when the Bible says you got to come as a baby or as a babe, he's talking about your mind. You got to clean all that junk out your mind before you can understand this stuff that you're learning now. Because we've been in churches so long that new stuff sounds foreign to us, but it's not foreign. It's the real new, but we never was told. I was just watching a video, and the Israelite brothers were sitting down with two pastors. And these old guys, they refuse to budge. I hate to say it, but we have to get rid of all the old guys that's preaching in these churches. We got to get the guys that learned the Bible and studied without being taught by the so-called Esau. Esau taught them, and they passed them down, and it's hard to get out of them. They can read the scripture, and they'll say, like, it said that, I think it's 15:24, in Matthew 15:24, and just a red letter where the Lord said he came for the Hebrew Israelites, the lost sheep of Israel only. And they'll take that and try to turn it. He said, wait. Just read this and don't add those stuff to it. Tell me what it say. And they refused. They refused. So you got to start reading this Bible for yourself. 2 Maccabees 1:4. And open your mind. It say heart, but your heart don't do nothing, people. Your heart it's just a thing. It's like a valve that pump blood. That's all it does. It's not that. When the Lord said heart, he talking about your mind. Open your mind in his law. The law is the book. The law is the law is found in the book. It was found in the Bible. We got law, statute, commandments. God said, open your mind to it. And send you peace. Open your mind in the law and commandments and send you peace. It will send you peace because you got certain laws that you have to do and obey. You believe it or not, those laws going to save you money. So certain things you can't do on certain days, certain food you can't eat. It will save you money. You want me going to juice a crab, spending $200 or $300 because you know you can't eat that. They put this food in our neighborhood. It's killing us left and right. And Titus 3:3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasure, living in malice, envy, hateful, and hating one another. We always there at one time. But you still have to change. You can't just sit there and wallow in that. I mean, the Bible here is free. It is absolutely free. You don't have to pay nothing. All you got to do is just spend a little time reading it. And ask for wisdom and not to understand. It will come to you. Okay, I'm going to get through the day's event or the weekly events, then I'm going to get to the scriptures. Okay, it is a highly acclaimed North Carolina chef. Her name, Ashley Shante, the owner of a restaurant in North Carolina. She celebrates the History Month on different foods she did. She was targeted by racist people that went up there, how they did, turn her lights off, turn the power off to the building. It goes into it, but I'm just trying to give you an example of something that they doing to you that you don't understand. Now they got what they call a gun buyback in certain states, in certain cities. You can turn in 3 guns and get up to $150 a gun. And most of the people that are going to do that are going to be the so-called black people. So-called Esau, well, Esau himself is not turning in his guns. He started stacking up. They got a movie coming out, like I told you, in this summer. It's called Civil War. They had a senator was breaking down the Constitution, the Second Amendment, about the guns. The gun, he was telling the panel that the gun and the Second Amendment were meant for us to have guns, for them, because you were still a slave. It was meant for them to have guns to protect them from the government. So I tried to tell people in fear, the Second Amendment, you got to read it all and understand it. It was originally meant for the people to carry the gun in case the government get out of control. So when they did the thing on the Capitol, that was all within their rights. But you would never understand it because you don't understand the Constitution. I bought it. I got the book, the Constitution. So it's a lot of stuff I do know, and I know what I'm talking about. So they trying to get you to sell your guns. And when this racist war comes, the Civil War comes, you won't have no gun, no protection. You need your gun because the time coming when the Civil War will come. When that movie come out, you see stuff all over the world. They're attacking, they're doing different stuff, but you don't have your gun. I'm just trying to tell you something, folks. Don't get rid of your gun. Make sure you go get your license, your permit, whatever you need to carry your gun and buy you a gun. This is for protection. This is not to go out here and you shoot nobody because the time comes when you're going to have to use. They're not just making these movies for nothing. Me and a friend of mine was talking about some things like the goggles. There's a guy, he got pulled over for having them goggles that Apple made. He was wearing them while he was driving. But they say he was in a Tesla, so the car might have been driving by itself. I don't know. We went back to a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger played in called 6 Days. When they was already, he had to stick his eyes into this thing, and it took like a picture. That's how they got the DNA. The same way you got to do on the phone. The movie made in 2020. Then we went back to the Demolition Man when they was wearing the goggles. They were wearing the goggles back then. So they've been putting stuff in movies and bringing it on, but we ain't been paying attention to it. So the stuff they're doing now, they already told us about. So they're just going to fruition. Concentration camps, we're already seeing that in World War II, World War I. The same concentration camp they got you now. They got the homeless, they're putting in concentration camp now. They telling you that it's a place where they can be out of the harm's way, but it's a camp. Okay. Now, I was looking at, I told you I like to see World War II, World War III, because I look at the past to know what the future is going to be like. Well, I was looking at a documentary called The Human Experiment. It was in Edgewood. It was a secret agency. Okay. After World War II, 8 scientists came from Germany and they went to the United States. They brought them over here. I got a book where they secretly put them on a train. United States secretly put them on a train and flew them to the airport and got them here. They was here during that time where they was experimental. They used the same thing they used in Germany to experiment on our people here. They made LSD. They was giving it to our troops during the Vietnam War. That tear gas, all that come from over there. The United States adopted that in the tear gas they use. They use LSU to test on the people who hallucinating. They had another drug called DZ. What it did, it causes hallucination for 3 days. It lasts up to 3 days. Some of the people, they had to sign, they tricked them into signing papers and documents. And so what they did, they were experimenting on our own soldiers. Supposedly own soldiers. They had some blacks in there. They showed some blacks, but they only showed most white because that's what they do. But there was a lot of us in Vietnam War. So you know a lot of our people came back. When they came back to the United States during the Vietnam War, they was up and down the streets. They were junkies, what they call them. Because they got them hooked on the heroin and the LSD. So the government is not in your best interest. If they would do that to their people, just imagine what they would do that to you, who they call not their people. They brought you here in slavery on slave ships, cargo slave ships. They brought you here. You are considered not their people. Much as you want to love them, but you are considered not their people. That's why they did this to you. All this is biblical in the Bible. All this stuff from here with the nicks and beating, all that's the biblical. It's in the Bible. But the church don't teach that. The government don't love you like they think they do. I want you to go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to break down some stuff. What if? What if we would have obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments? What if we would have obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments? Just imagine if we would have obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments. Just imagine. If we'd obeyed the law, statutes. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Well, I'm going to give you some of the laws. Go to Deuteronomy 26. I take a lot of notes. Go to 21, 16 through 18. Deuteronomy 28, 16 through 18. These just some of the stuff, the laws. If we'd obeyed these laws, which were simple laws, some of them were simple. So don't say you can't do them. You can't keep law. You can. You cannot eat crabs or shrimp. You cannot do that. In the day, this day, the Lord thy God has commanded thee to do these statutes and judgment, that thou shalt therefore keep and do them with all their heart, with all their soul. Thou hast avouched the Lord this day to be their God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgment, and hearken unto his voice. And the Lord has avouched thee this day to be his particular people, as he has promised thee, and that thou should keep all his commandments. God said we're going to be his particular people if we just keep his laws. I keep harking on the law because only way we're going to come out of this situation, you got to keep the law. You cannot govern a people if you don't have laws. And we are not under the law no more because we are lawless people. The law still exists, but we don't obey it because we're lawless. If we go to Deuteronomy 23:6. If we'd have kept the law, because we sound, and involves me like you signed a contract. God I promise you, since you brought us out of Egypt, we'll do this. We'll do that. That's what the children of Israel, that's what we said. We said we obey the law. God said, if you obey the law, now you my people because you want to obey the law. But if you don't obey the law, then guess what? These curses gonna come upon you. But what I'm gonna do today is not the curses. I'm just showing you something. I'm gonna do you what you would if we don't obey the law. What would happen? What would we be at the standard of today in the law? Thou shalt not seek their peace, nor their prosperity all that day forever. Thou shalt 23:6. Well, that's something else. I don't want to go to that. That's something I don't want to go to that right there. I want you to go to Deuteronomy and you start reading these laws. Deuteronomy 24:7. This is what happened to us, and this is what's going to happen to the people who enslaved us. If a man be found stealing any his brethren in the children of Israel and maketh merchandise of him to sell him, work him, beat him, have him in slavery, or sell him, then that thief shall die. And thou shalt put away evil from among you. See, the time come, the people that bought us and stole, we still stole because we're still in captivity. So the people who stole us, all other nations who stole us, had us in captivity. So we're going to go into captivity because of what they did to us. I mean, they going to go in captivity what they did to us. They stole it. God said they got to die because of what they done to us and what they continue to do. It. Because when God come back today, we still in captivity. They stole us. Any other children of Israel, every nation had us in captivity. We were stolen from our homeland. The Most High said that if he come back and they be caught, and we still be in their hand, they got to pay. We still here. We still in slavery. I want you to go to 28:1. This is what I want to get to. 28:1, I'm going to tell you, if we would have obeyed God's law, this what we would be at. The total opposite of where we at, we would be in the opposite. Right now we're at the bottom. Just imagine we'll be on top. Check this out. 28:1, Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord their God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. If we don't obey God, just imagine where we would be at, people. Just imagination if we don't obey the law. We would be on top. We would be the top nation. We would be what you would call so-called United States of America. I'm using that for a paraphrase now. We would be that nation that's on top of the world that sit high and look low. We would be with that nation. But right now, because we disobeyed the law, we in that situation which is on the bottom. But God said if we need to hearken to his word, this 28:1-15. So I know I've been giving you stuff, the curse we under, but now I'm showing you what if we would go back. Because if you go back to follow the law, we can have this, what I'm reading to you. This is 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. God said all these blessings shall come upon you. We wouldn't have went through slavery. We wouldn't to be the last hide in the first fire. We wouldn't be at the bottom of every situation. We wouldn't have diabetes, cancer at the highest rate. We wouldn't have the highest rate of divorce or the highest rate of single-parent household. We wouldn't have where we killing each other. We wouldn't have what we see our women on TV degrading themselves throughout the world. We would have these women coming on TV and video saying what a man should do when they don't even have it themselves. Instead of us coming together as a family and make a family, we're against each other. We wouldn't have none of that. We'll be blessed upon we'll be had opposite. We'll be on top of the world. Families will be together. We will have the top economics. We will have our own military. We will have our own grocery, our own food. We will be living fabulous. Blessed should I be in the city, and blessed should I be in the field. We wouldn't be shooting each other up in the cities. Every city you go to, everywhere you got a Martin Luther King on the opposite side of that road is death. They mobbed Martin Luther King during the for Black History Month. They did that and put it on that day. And when they put it on every city you go in, you know that you're on a black side when you see Martin Luther King. When you see Martin Luther King Boulevard, it's in the niggerhood. It's mockery. They killed him. It's mockery. It's mockery. Everywhere you go, it's death on that side of the street where Martin Luther King is. Go to Atlanta and go where his church is and where his museum is. It's homeless people all over there. They don't care nothing about that. They want to teach you about 1455. You go no further. It's like you just, like in 1455, you just drop here. You have no other history. They teach you the same old thing. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the cotton gin, the man who invented peanut butter, the lady who invented the straight comb. That's the same stuff they do you all the time. But they don't take you back to the Hebrew Israelites when you was a Jew under King David, King Solomon. When you live like kings and princes, they don't take you back there. In the field, our crops would be growing. We wouldn't be out there picking for nobody else like our ancestors did. We have our own crop, our own food. I'm reading I want you to think about what we would be. You can see with your doors open. We would have so much we wouldn't have to worry about nobody doing that to it. They would. I'm gonna get to it. Blessed shall there be fruit in their body. Fruit of your body is your children. Your kids would have came out. They wouldn't have no diseases. They wouldn't be born with cancer, leukemia, none of that stuff. We've been blessed. The fruit of your body is your baby. Our children would have been born healthy and strong. No ADHD, no lead in the paint. No doing all this stuff they did to. That's how. Just what if we'd obeyed the law? In the fruit of their ground. See, that's how you know he's talking about the body in your baby being the fruit of your body, and then say in the fruit of the ground. Fruit of the ground is your crops, your grapes, your strawberry. Like that dude Orlando Brown said. Everybody laughed at him, but they come back. What he just said, what he said, gonna be true. How you make us pay for food that is grow? You can grow it. You gotta pay for apples and grapes and stuff like that. See, if we'd obeyed the law, we wouldn't have to do that. Because guess what they did? When I was coming up, you couldn't go back and forth in that house. You know how you got water, and they tell you come in the house one more time, you gonna stay in. So guess what we did? We drank water out of the faucet. We had blueberries, we had raspberry, blackberry, red berry, all kind of. We had Japanese plum, pear trees. We would eat. Walking down the street, just grab a berry, eat. We ain't worried about going to the house because guess what? It's no more of that now. See, just what if we would have still did obey the law? That's what we've been living on. We've been living off the fruit of the land. What if we would have had obeyed the law? That's what would have happened to us. The fruit of the cattle. That means that the sheep, the goat, the cows, we would have had all them things. We had plenty of that. Right now, it's artificial meat. You eating artificial meat right now. We eating artificial everything. I was just talking to a person about a banana. I had that banana Wednesday. The banana still won't turn, like you know how I put it turn yellow? I buy them green to make it last, right? That banana won't turn. It's still, I got it on my bed. I'm going to keep it, see how long it takes. It won't turn, man. It's not even real. The cattle we eat, they making artificial meat. The increase of the cow, we would have had millions of cows. But instead, they destroyed over 1 million buffaloes. The stuff is becoming extinct because they are murderers. They kill and abuse everything. We will be hunting just to eat, not to hang in your room and have horns and deer horns up there where you done killed the poor animal for nothing. Just for sport. They hunt animals and they hunt human beings. That's why we're becoming extinct. Esau's an evil man. But God said, what if you would obey the law? You will have abundance of all this. In the flocks, in of their sheep, it'll be abundance. We'll never be, nothing would be in distinct area. How they got now, they got to protect it, put it in the Yellowstone Park to protect it, because they killed some of the stuff they didn't know exists no more. But God said that if we obeyed the law, we would have all these things. We would have all these things. Blessed be that basket in that store. We would have our own store. We were going our store. We were going Miss Johnson's store. Instead of just having a storehouse, we have a store. We have food change instead of a neighborhood store. We had all that stuff. But we disobeyed the law, so we don't have it. Now we're suffering. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in. Blessed shall thou be when thou go. When you come in your house, it'll be peace. Your children will be peaceful. They'll be reading. They'll be studying the word of God. You come home, your wife will kiss you on the cheek. Your dinner will be ready. She won't have to work, and then you'll be able to truly take care of all the bills like you're supposed to, because God said that's what he would have did if we were still up. Because right now, you can't do that. So that's why they really mocking us by having women come in there saying, you got to pay all the light, pay all the water. Come on, people. Come on, people. We the lowest on the totem pole. We know good and well that it takes two for a family to run correctly. They take two for a family. So what they do is they'll give a woman a job, and she'll leave her husband because she can take care of it now because they didn't give a job and they fire the man. God said that it would be like it's supposed to be. And when we go out, we'll be able to have nice jobs. We'll be on top. Our family will be right. We'll be able to take vacations without worrying. We'll be able to do things without sacrificing. We'll be able to pay our bills on time if we would have obeyed the law, such a commandment. The Lord shall cause thy enemy that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. Your enemies, Esau is your enemy. But right now, our enemy rise up, they smite us. They kill us through different diseases in our neighborhood. You got rats all in these apartment complexes where the black people stay. Most of the housing complex for low-income black people, they dumps. They was dumps. They was dumps. My father, Mr. Harris, was 87 years old when he died. He used to tell me about when he first started working for the city in a sanitation department. He first started working for the city. He showed me where all the dumps was. And all the dumps right now, they got, it's just in Jacksonville. Where all the dumps was, the low-income black homes and people, Moncrief. Lionel Miller, people, y'all listen to me from Jacksonville, you go out there and you have a party in the crowd, you're going to have cancer when you get 50, 55 or 60, you start getting sick. You're going to have a side problem because they, back in the, I know that for a fact. I was there. Back in the 70s, Shellwood used to have septic tanks. And A1 Septic, everybody know what Sutel that you got that Walgreen on the corner right there. Sutel and Moncrief. They used to be A1 Septic. They used to, and over there with Lionel Miller at, we used to ride our bicycle back there with little, and all the waste that they get from out of the septic tanks, they sprayed all in Lionel Miller. I used to see them on our bicycle, watch them spray all that shit on that field. And now they made it out of a park, and guess who be there? It's in a black folk neighborhood. And all the black people go in there and they stir up that ground. They don't know what they get. See, it was a reason that God had me to learn all these different things. Work for the city myself for 37 years. So I seen stuff, rolled stuff and seen stuff. So when I read this Bible, I know what I'm talking about. The Lord shall command, okay, they shall come out against thee one way and flee before these 7 ways. God said your enemies shall come before you, and they see you, they're going to run. They're scared. But right now, guess what? We run from them. We see them, we run, we running from them because we scared of them. Because we know that you riding in your car, you see that blue light, you don't know if you're going to be that's your last day on earth. Because they kill you for no reason. Your phone could be a gun to them. The first thing they do is say they fear for your life. Because if you go read the Bible, get what it tell you. We used to walk the street and they knew God was with us back in biblical days, they were faint. So the same way they do now, they're doing it now. What they do is they know we don't have our God. So they shoot us. They don't fear us. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouse. That's like you should have a big bank account. And all that they'll set their mind and hand to, whatever you put your mind in. If you want to start a business, it will be blossom. It will bloom. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord their God giveth thee. Our land will be prosperous. We will over-exhort the land. You're supposed to, I think I want to get it somewhere. You're supposed to plow the land for so many years straight and then take some time on let the land rest. They don't do that. That's why the land is destroyed. Thou shalt establish, okay. 9. The Lord shall establish thee and hold the people unto himself. And he has sworn to thee that thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord their God and walk in his ways. God said here, we've been God people, we wouldn't be in this curse that we in. So we're in a curse. You were 2015, you see all the curses, the slavery, the shooting in the street, the opposite of what I'm telling you. We will be free. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. But nobody is afraid of us right now because they know that we don't serve our God. That's why you got all this stuff coming out. But in entertainment, that's why they make you put on the dress because the Bible says you can't put on the dress. So they do that to make you sell your soul. Certain things they got you doing. Why you think all the men and women have to go lay with each other to get in the entertainment business? See, now it's coming out because God's spilling it all out. He got them coming out telling you that. You know, every rapper you see now, they're bent over. Look at Drake wearing pink fingernails and stuff in his head. All of them on that island. Now, they don't distract you now. They don't talk about it no more. Oprah, Will Smith, Donald Trump, Clinton's, Gail, all of them been on that island, raping little kids, sacrificing kids, drinking their blood. They did it in Mount Sinai. It's nothing new. So don't be, it's nothing new. They sacrificed their God to get the riches. But if we don't obey God, we would have all the riches. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous and good in the fruit of their body. Our baby would have plenty of kids. Women walk around here, every woman would have 15, 20 babies. They said since the 1970s to now, I think it's 70 million babies have been aborted, more than the Atlantic Sahara slave trade. So the most dangerous place for a black baby is in the side of a black woman. Right now. Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, abortion, any kind of, and then they're passing it into law. Democrats are passing it into law. And y'all still vote Democrat. And don't let these black people so-called fool you into make you to vote. Because the president election, people, I read these books, history books, I know. It's run by electoral votes. Your vote don't even count. If you want to make a change, you start vote for your city, your local government. Vote for your local government, your sheriff, and your lawyers, the judges. That's where you make a difference. You will never make a difference president. They pump you up to be president, but why they don't pump you up to vote for the local government? Because they know that's where your survivor is. Your survivor, you can vote, go do what, waste your time in line, get water thrown on, do all that kind of stuff. Your vote do not count. It's by electoral votes. Everybody know that by now. All you gotta do is get off your ass and start reading. It's just sad. Niggas will not read for nothing in the world. They go about it's what people tell them, but then they gotta be a certain people that tell them. It can't be a regular person like me and a regular person you see walking down the street. Tell you, man, your votes don't count. It don't work. It's electoral vote. Then Donald Trump tried to tell you, y'all laugh at Donald Trump because everybody calls the way he act. The same way y'all laugh at Kanye West because of the way he act, but he telling the truth. The man sat there and told you about the tax law. Reverend Hillary Clinton said she'll never do that because her friends get it. He said, I'm smart because I use the law. The man told you. Right out your face. And then he told you about the electoral votes. Man, people. 12. The Lord shall open up thee his good treasure in heaven to give thee rain unto the land in the season. God, it won't be no drought. Your fruit and your land, your crops, and everything will be growing. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Right now, you don't have nothing to give nobody. You know this truth. So you know this Bible truth. You don't have nothing to lend to nobody. You have to give it. You have to go borrow money from them. You can't lend to them. God said, if you don't obey my law, you'll be lending to them. All nations. That means that every nation that's on this planet will come borrow money from you. Back when we was kings, and Solomon and King David had all that money, he would go around there giving people money. What about the man? Moses, the one who was going around giving people money, had so much money? Come on, man. And the Lord shall make thee head, we should be the and not the tail. Right now we the tail. We the tail on every end of thing. We follow them like sniffing dogs. Because we have nothing. You have to go to them. You have to bow down and beg for them. You have to trick and slick and move around to get things. And shall be above only. There shall not be beneath. We should be on top. We should be on top of the world, not on bottom of the world. Because right now we're on the bottom of the world. Because what? We disobeyed the law that commanded. If we would have obeyed the law, all this would have been ours. 14. And thou shalt not go aside from any other word which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left. Go after other gods and serve them. We don't want to be serving other gods. So that's why we're in the state where we are in, because we serve other gods. We didn't pay attention to our God, but if we listen to God, we would be on top of the world. We have everything. We would be one ruling the world. But as a consequence of not doing what we're supposed to do, now we're at the bottom of the world. I say this, people, and I say it, I mean it. Get off your ass. Start reading. Start studying. Wake up. The time is coming. They're putting it in movies. They got it in books. I'm reading these books. They got it in books. They got it in cartoons. They got it in different stuff. They hide information, but you got to find it. It's there. Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. Shalom, I love you. I love you. Hey, go on there and mess like, share this stuff. It's free to mess like. You don't got to do a mess like. And share it to your friends and give it to people. Do whatever you have to do. Shalom, my people.